Excuse me, who let her in here? General Whitaker's voice cut through the silence like a blade as he stared down the lone woman at the end of the table. Every officer in the war room turned, eyes following the scorn in his glare. She stood confidently in a black tactical suit, arms folded, not flinching. This is a Tier 1 classified briefing. Civilian consultants don't belong here. Escort her out, now. Before we move further into this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. Let's dive in. The guard stepped forward. Sir, with respect, she replied calmly, you might want to confirm my clearance before making assumptions. He scoffed. Lady, I don't care if you work for NASA. This room is for eyes that understand warfare. One of the analysts hesitated, tapped a few keys on his secure laptop, and froze. His face drained of color. Sir, her clearance is Omega Black. Pentagon override, level 9. She outranks everyone in this room, except the Secretary of Defense. A dead silence followed. Whitaker blinked. Omega Black doesn't exist. She stepped forward slowly, dropped a sealed leather folder onto the table and opened it. Inside were photographs, satellite images, and handwritten notations that even the general hadn't seen. It does, she said, her tone sharp, and I'm here because your team missed something critical. If you go forward with Operation Iron Wall as planned, you're going to lose 3 battalions in the first 18 hours. Now everyone was listening. Her name was Rachel Voss, former DARPA lead strategist. She'd walked away from high-level defense work 5 years ago after exposing a cyber breach inside the very intelligence agency that funded her. Some called her a traitor, others called her a ghost. But today she was summoned, quietly, by the Pentagon to assess a pattern of intercepted enemy communications that no AI could crack. She wasn't there by accident. Whitaker's pride flared. You think you know the battlefield better than my men? No, General, she said. I know I do. Because your battlefield isn't just sand and bullets anymore, it's satellites, algorithms, quantum encryption, and psychological warfare. She tapped the map. This location, your planned insertion point? It's a trap. They've already mined the valley. Their drones have been repositioned. The data you're using is 72 hours old. Mine is 6. A younger colonel leaned in, reviewing her files. Sir, she's right. These coordinates show active thermal patterns exactly where our recon said it was clear. This could have been a slaughter. Whitaker was silent. For the next hour, Rachel walked the room through enemy playbooks, digital backdoors, facial spoofing tech, and false GPS trails. She revealed how their top surveillance drone had been hacked mid-flight and fed doctored imagery for days. She wasn't just briefing them, she was exposing a war they didn't even know they were already losing. Finally, the general sat down. Where did you learn all this? She hesitated, then replied, in places your intel doesn't reach, with people your command can't control. Only one man in the room smiled, the Secretary of Defense, who had been silent the entire time. Gentlemen, let me make something clear, he said. She's not here to assist. She's here to lead the revision of this operation, effective immediately. A ripple of shock moved through the table. One of the senior officers objected. But sir, she's exactly what we need, the secretary interrupted. While you were following outdated protocols, she was decoding enemy intent at the speed of thought. She's already prevented the deaths of over 400 soldiers, and you didn't even realize it. Whitaker stood slowly, his jaw clenched. He looked at Rachel with a mix of wounded ego and something resembling respect. I misjudged you, he admitted. Rachel nodded. No, General, you misjudged the situation. I'm just a symptom. That night, Operation Iron Wall was restructured top to bottom, drones rerouted, troops repositioned, and at the heart of it all was Rachel, rewriting war with data and instinct that no machine could replicate. She didn't stay for the victory toast days later. She didn't need medals or parades. She left the same way she arrived, quiet, focused, and already halfway through her next mission. But in that war room, a shift had happened. They'd learned something that day. Real power isn't loud. It doesn't need rank or a uniform. It just walks in, unmoved by doubt, and rewrites the rules. Because when you underestimate the one person who sees the entire board, you don't just risk your pride, you risk everything. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.